Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Come on in, get settled in. No, it's not quite 8 o'clock yet. Our official program's still a little bit away, but tonight is the night when we have our annual Flag Day ceremonies. We're going to get those underway momentarily. I want to mention, in case you don't know, the City of Ames folks are here. It's Ames City Council night. The mayor, members of the council, City of Ames employees are here. They've got tables set up on both sides of the park. Free ice cream, free City of Ames water. Check in with those folks. Good time to do it right now if you haven't done so already. And without further ado, let's get on with our Flag Day ceremonies here tonight. And that will be with the Ames Elks Lodge and Boy Scout Troop 140. Right now, I'd like to introduce to you from the Ames Elks Lodge, Colonel Reggie Richardson.
Hey, thank you, everybody, for coming out. On behalf of Ames Lodge number 1626 of the Benevolent Protective Order of Elks, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our ceremony for Flag Day. It is always important to show our patriotism towards our country by the use of our flag. With the assistance of Boy Scout Troop number 140, we would like to lead you through the history of the evolution of our country's flag. The Bedford flag is the oldest known flag in the United States. It was carried in the Battle of Concord on April 19, 1775, which was the first day of the American Revolution, and is still in existence today in Bedford, Massachusetts. The flag of Pennsylvania, 1st Continental Regiment, with the motto, "I refuse to be dominated," was carried during the Revolution from Boston to Yorktown. The pine tree flag was adopted for all colonial vessels in 1775, and this was the banner carried by the Continental forces in the Battle of Bunker Hill. The Bennington flag is the oldest stars and stripes in existence. This flag was used by the Vermont militia at the Battle of Bennington on 16 August 1775 and was the first stars and stripes to lead American forces on the land. From 1776 to 1777, the Southern colonies used the snake flag. In the latter part of 1775, the Continental Congress appointed a committee to consider the question of a single flag for the 13 colonies. That committee recommended a design of 13 alternate stripes of red and white with an azure field in the upper corner bearing the red cross of St. George and the white cross of St. Andrew. John Paul Jones, the lieutenant of the flagship Alfred, hoisted this flag to the masthead on December 3rd, 1775. 1 month later, it was raised over the headquarters of General George Washington at Cambridge, Massachusetts. This flag, called the Congress Colors and the Grand Union, was never carried in the field by the Continental Land Forces, but was used by the Navy as its exclusive ensign. It was the first American flag to receive a salute honor, given by a salute of 11 guns from Fort Orange in the West Indies. In response, the demand for a banner more representative of our country, Congress, on June 14, 1777, provided that flag of the United States would be 13 stripes of alternating red and white. Also, the Union would be 13 stars, white on a blue field, representing a new constellation. In June of 1776, a committee consisting of George Washington, Robert Morris, and George Ross commissioned Betsy Ross, a Philadelphia Quaker, to make a flag from a rough design they had left with her. She suggested the stars should have 5 points rather than 6. The 13 stars and stripes represented the original 13 colonies. This starry banner received its baptism of fire at Fort Schuyler, New York, on August the 3rd, 1777, during an attack by the British. After Vermont and Kentucky had been admitted to the Union as the 14th and 15th states, it became necessary to alter the flag's arrangement. In 1794, Congress passed and President Washington signed into law a second Flag Act. On May 1, 1795, it stated that the flag would have 15 stripes and the Union would be 15 stars. This was the flag that flew over Fort McHenry in Baltimore during the War of 1812, which inspired Francis Scott Key to compose the poem that became our national anthem. For those of you that can stand, please stand. As more and more states were admitted to the Union, it became obvious that the flag would become cluttered if a star and stripe were added for each new state. Captain Samuel Chester Reed found the solution embodied in the Third Flag Act, which was passed by Congress and signed by President James Monroe in 1818. It stipulated that the flag should consist of 13 horizontal stripes, and that the Union be 20 stars, and that a star without a stripe be added to the Union portion of the flag for each new state. This act still remains in effect today. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You can take your seats. Our flag is at once a history, a declaration, and a prophecy. It represents the American nation as it was at its birth. It speaks for what it is today, and it holds the opportunity for the future to add other stars to its glorious constellation. More recently, the Stars and Stripes have flown over our troops in Iraq and Afghanistan. The Benevolent Order of Elks has honored Flag Day since 1907, and that year the Grand Lodge adopted a resolution designating June 14th as Flag Day and urged all Elks to observe the date with appropriate services. It was not until 1916 that President Woodrow Wilson issued a proclamation calling for the national observance of June 14th as Flag Day. It was in 1949 that President Harry Truman signed a joint resolution of Congress providing that Flag Day be proclaimed each year as a national observance. I would like to thank the Scoutmaster and members of Troop Number 140, along with the Ames Municipal Band, for their cooperation and assistance tonight during this Flag Day ceremony. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the evening. God bless.
Well, hello again, everybody. Hello, welcome, welcome. Come on in, settle in, get those blankets down, get those lawn chairs set up. We are just about ready to go for another year right here. It's the second week of June. Our kickoff is late, but now we are ready, and you know it'll be great. Mother Nature has complied. The hour is at hand for the opening notes of the Ames Municipal Band. I'm John Burnett Larkins, very pleased to be joining you at the mic for another season with one of the best traditions in the city of Ames. Do you agree with that? Come on, let's hear it. Like the classic song by the Cowsills, last week we had the rain, the park, and other things. The other thing turned out to be a rare cancellation of that concert. But boy, we are in great shape weather-wise here tonight, and great shape all the way around. The talented members of this band have taken their places. Let's hear it for everyone with your Ames Municipal Band. And now put your hands together for our fearless leader. He is back at the helm for another year. Please welcome the director of the Ames Municipal Band, Dr. Michael Galimo. Hey. Now, as always, with the second concert in June, we held our annual Flag Day ceremony a few minutes ago. Once again, thank you to Colonel Reggie Richardson of the Ames Elks Lodge and members of Boy Scout Troop 140. Let's hear it for them one more time. Fine job here tonight. Also tonight, this is a jam-packed hour here, folks. We will feature an ensemble you all know and love. They are right here front and center, the Ames Choral Society, under the direction of Steve Hoyfeld. They'll be joining us in just a moment. And if that wasn't enough, it's also Ames City Council night. Mayor Hala and members of the Ames City Council are on hand. We hope you were able to check out their tables. Ice cream, water, get over there if you haven't done so already, and they will be joining us in just a little bit, too, on stage here. But wait, there's still more. If you call in the next 10 minutes, no, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is sit back and relax. We've got it covered. Aaron Lott set to join us as our guest vocal soloist with a couple of numbers coming up later on this hour. Right now, it is time to please rise. Please remove your hats. Veterans, current service members, you may perform a service salute at your discretion. We invite you to please rise if you are able. Join the Ames Choral Society, teaming up with your Ames Municipal Band with our national anthem. The Ames Choral Society has been in existence since 1964, with its first performance in 1965, contributing joy and a spirit of community to Ames. Steve Hoyfeld has been the group's director since 1982. The Society will now join us for a couple of special numbers, starting with a salute to the magical music of George M. Cohen. And you're invited to sing along with Yankee Doodle Boy, Give My Regards to Broadway, and You're a Grand Old Flag. Ties in nicely with our Flag Day ceremonies a few minutes ago, doesn't it? Three great ones, and that's why this is called Cohen's Big Three. Once again, our thanks to the Ames Choral Society for joining us here tonight, but they're not done yet. All this inspirational music not only ties in with our Flag Day ceremonies, but maybe you could look at it as a little sneak preview of our July 4th concert coming up. I hope your calendar is marked for that. Ames Choral Society will now be concluding their portion of the program with the number that really needs no introduction, as Steve Heufeld and the members of the ensemble bring you America the Beautiful. The music of the Ames Choral Society. Well, as we have mentioned several times, of course, already tonight, it is Ames City Council night this evening here in Bandshell Park. We owe our gratitude to that body's continued support of the Ames Municipal Band and their support of Ames in general, of course. Please welcome the Mayor of Ames, the Honorable John Halap.
Well, good evening. Bronwyn made a joke back there saying we should have all been out there singing, but I think we couldn't have done as well a job as the Choral Society. It was great. My name is John Hale. I'm the Mayor of Ames, and I'm joined tonight on the stage with Tim Garton, our Ward 2 council member, Anita Rollins, and a large council member, Rachel Junk. She is Ward 4, and Bronwyn B.D. Henson is Ward 1. 2 members could not make it tonight, so. don't touch it, right? So every year we enjoy hosting the Ames Council Night at the City Council Night at the Band Shell, and we use the opportunity to serve you, our community, with ice cream and delicious That's right. Maybe we'll finish before 9 o'clock. I don't know. So anyway, well, we hope you enjoyed the treat tonight. So as what? Well, you know what? You didn't come to hear me talk. We're just going to cut to the chase. Thank you for coming. We hope you enjoy the Ames City Council Night at the Band Shell, and we'll turn it back over to Dr. Galimo. So anyway, have a good evening.
Well, we apologize for that. Fresh batteries are a wonderful thing. So, up next is a composition by one of the biggest names in the band business. He's both a composer and an educator, Robert Sheldon. This is the Fall River Overture. He wrote it while working on his master's at the University of Florida. Originally called it the Northwood Overture, but when he sold it to publisher C.L. Barnhouse, they said they had a lot of other pieces with similar titles, so changed it to the Fall River Overture. Here it is for you tonight. It's no secret that this band loves, and we know you all love, the music of Leroy Anderson. Music that lends itself so well to concerts like this one. And this is one of his best known. Belle of the Ball made its debut with Anderson's pop concerts in 1951. Now, you might not know that some of Anderson's numbers have lyrics, and this is one of those. The famous lyricist Mitchell Parrish having done that work on this one and others. And you can find those lyrics, a lot of other information about Anderson and his works on his official website. I highly recommend it. Here is Belle of the Ball. You can never go wrong with the music of Rodgers and Hammerstein, whose works for the big stage will always be a part of the world's favorite songs. Tonight, we're going to honor Bali Ha'i from South Pacific, the theme from Oklahoma, Getting to Know You from The King and I, the Carousel Waltz from Carousel, and Climb Every Mountain, of course, from The Sound of Music. This is the golden age of Broadway, the musicals of Rodgers and Hammerstein. Well, we are very, very happy that our guest vocalist, who was set for last week's Rain Down concert, was able to come back and join us here tonight. We're getting set up for him. We'll be ready to go in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and get him out here on stage. Please welcome Aaron Lott. Aaron is a pianist and vocalist from Ames and attended many Ames Municipal Band concerts growing up as his parents, Janet and John Lott, played in the band together for more than 50 years. After earning a Bachelor's of Music Performance from Iowa State, he earned an advanced degree from the Royal College of Music in London. Later moved back to Ames and now runs the Lott Music Studio here in town. It features 19 teachers and directors offering lessons of many different types. Aaron tonight will present the operatic Cecily by Strauss, and this is an arrangement, by the way, by our very own Dr. Michael Galimo. And then Aaron and the band will segue into They Can't Take That Away From Me from the Gershwin Brothers. Aaron Lott with your Ames Municipal Band.
Yeah. den Küssen von Wandern und Ruhen, mit der Geliebten Aug in Auge und kosend und plaudernd. Wenn das wüsstest, du neigtest dein Herz, wenn du es wüsstest, was bangen heißt, in einsamen Nächten umschauert vom Sturm, da niemand tröstet milden Mundes die kampfmüde Seelen. Wenn du es wüsstest, du kämest zu mir. Wenn du es wüsstest, was Leben heißt, umhaucht von der Gottheit, weltschaffenden Atem, zu schweben empor, liegst getragen, zu seligen Höhen. Wenn du es wüsstest, wenn du es wüsstest, du lebtest mit the way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, no, they can't take that away from me. The way your smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, no, they can't take that away from me. We may never, never meet again on this bumpy road to love. Still I'll always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. We may never, never meet again on this bumpy road to love. Sure, I'll always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. Oh, that away from me. No, they can't take that away. They can't take that away. They can't take that away from me.
Guest vocal soloist Aaron Lott. Nicely done, as always. Thank you. Well, it's been a very special night here in Bandshell Park. Well, any night with the Ames Municipal Band is a special night, but we have another extra special night coming up next week. We want you to take note of what we aim to make an annual event here, our Children's Night with the Ames Municipal Band, with numbers geared especially for the young and the young at heart. That concert will once again feature our very own Ames Municipal Band's Ms. Rachel, who might look a lot like vocalist Annika Baker, performing some Ms. Rachel favorites, just like she did last summer here. So make sure you plan right now to be here next Thursday night with the young'uns for a very, very special evening with the Ames Municipal Band and our Children's Night. Well, music from an 1800 opera comique coming up next for you this evening. It's the overture from the Middle East-inspired production composed by Francois-Adrien Bourdieu, the Caliph of Baghdad. Our hymn selection this evening is a Shaker song composed in 1848 and was generally unknown outside of the Shaker community until Aaron Copland incorporated it into his famous music score for Appalachian Spring. This is Simple Gifts. Well, we thank you once again for joining us here tonight, and thank you to Ames TV 12 for joining us here also to record this concert here this evening. Our finale just around the corner, but before we do that, I'm going to turn the microphone over to an individual who, well, it's very appropriate to hear from him here on Ames City Council night. Please welcome the manager of the Ames City Auditorium, Durham Bandshell, and the Ames Community Center, Craig Kaufman.
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, like he said, my name is Craig Kaufman. I'm the Auditorium, Bandshell, and Community Center Manager for the city, but if you don't want to say all those words, because I have the longest title, the ABC Manager works as well. I'm going to ask Charlie Berg to please come up here on stage and join me tonight. gonna give Charlie a second to walk around back. I should have prepared some jokes. I knew he was gonna have to walk all the way around back. But what a night that we have here tonight. I think I was talking to John backstage, and I think pretty much every night that I've been to council night in my time here, it's usually about between 88 and 94 degrees, somewhere in there. And usually I'm covered in sweat at this point. And one year we did like a little comedy presentation when we were introducing the new lights, and I think I sweat more that day than I ever have in my entire life, so. All right, he's up here. So this September marks my 10th anniversary here with the City of Ames, which is approximately 1/3 of the time that Charlie Berg has been here as an employee of the auditorium and band shell. As part of my duties here at Bandshell Park, I also have the privilege of overseeing the Ames Municipal Band. So I work closely with Dr. Galimo to help get things ready here every year, and we talk about budgets and have lots of conversations behind the scenes, usually about March. And then we wrap it up in September, and then the next thing I know, it's March again, and it's time to go. When I arrived at my position 10 years ago, whenever I would ask a question about anything auditorium or band shell related, my supervisor at the time would say, "Just ask Charlie." Whenever I asked one of my staff people who worked for me at the time, who was not Charlie, they would all reply, "Just ask Charlie." It became very apparent to me very quickly that that Charlie was the person who was very important to the day-to-day operations of the auditorium band shell. And if you've ever met Charlie, it would become immediately obvious why. He's very organized, logical, and he's always ready to help. Continuous improvement by challenging the process is a value held closely by the City of Ames, and Charlie exemplifies that value. There have been many occasions where I've told Charlie how we are going to complete a task, and he asks, usually politely, "Why don't we try it this way?" And if I've learned anything over the years, I've come to realize that I should just do it his way because he's probably right. For any of you who have attended an auditorium or band shell event over the last couple decades, it's likely that you also met Charlie's wife, Joanne. Now, Joanne served the auditorium and band shell for over 20 years, and she was a steadfast supporter of the arts and music here in Ames. In addition to Ames Municipal Band concerts, she loved working the Friday night Ames on the Half Shell events, Story Theater Company productions, and ISU band concerts. Her son, Kevin, also has been a municipal band member for how many years, Kevin?
I think 5-0.
5-0, 50 years in a municipal band. So, unfortunately, this past winter, Joanne decided that her earthly duties were complete, and she left this world for a brighter and better place for anyone who knew and loved her. So tonight, we honor Charlie and Joanne at what will be Charlie's last municipal band concert. You will no doubt see him around at other city events, and most likely at his favorite place, the hardware store. But tonight, we present this plaque to Charlie and Joanne from Ames Parks and Recreation. It reads, "Presented to Charles and Joanne Berg for over 50 years of combined service to the Ames Municipal Band." So tonight, I ask you all in thanking Charlie and Joanne for their many, many years of dedicated service. We will no doubt miss him, but I guarantee you we will still see him around. Thank you, Charlie. And thank you all for coming tonight.
Greg is tall. All right, here we go. It's time to bring this concert to a close with, of course, a traditional John Philip Sousa march as the finale. As always, tonight it will be Sousa's The Thunderer. We had some of that quite a lot lately. Fortunately, not tonight. It was written for an event called the 24th Triennial Conclave of the Grand Encampment. A long title, a historic gathering of the Knights Templar in 1889. Sousa was a Mason, and he used the appearance to premiere The Thunderer. It was reportedly named for Myron M. Parker, a prominent politician and Freemason. It was also said to be Mrs. Sousa's favorite march, and its highly recognizable melody has become synonymous with what a march is supposed to sound like. Here's tonight's closer, John Philip Sousa's The Thunderer. Tanea Fevre on the lights. Under the direction of Dr. Marco Galimo, your Ames Municipal Band. Once again, thank you, as always, for joining us here. Great opener, 1 week late. We look forward to seeing you back here for our children's concert next Thursday night. I'm John Burnett Larkins on behalf of all the members of the Ames Municipal Band. Thank you and good night.